Good day, everybody. Welcome here to Frozen Valley. Today we're going to be playing some city skylines, building ourselves a beautiful, flourishing city. Before we get into it, our fish of the day is Pearl, my Pearl Gourami. We'll talk about it more later. Regardless, let's get into it here. We're going to be building this city just 20 kilometers away from Revelstoke, so a very scenic area. If you don't know where Revelstoke is, that is in western Canada in the Rocky Mountains. Very, very scenic. Definitely worth visiting if you're ever around there. But we've started ourselves in this little plot here, and I've just laid down a couple roads to begin with. I'm thinking we're going to start with a lot of residential right along the river, high quality residential areas, but the commercial areas more close to the inside of this island, and our industrial right out here by these tracks. They're going to be noisy and polluting, so we may as well keep it away from our people as much as we can. That being said, our main goal for this city is going to be to have as little traffic as possible. So I'm trying to go high walkability, high public transport, lots of ways to get around, bikes, everything, without having to be on the roads and increasing traffic, pollution, all that. A very green city, very different than I usually do. But that's the plan, so let's hop into it right now. So like I was saying, yes, we want to have very little pollution spreading into our residential areas, and our residential areas should be pretty spread out. This is supposed to be a nice looking city, so this is also a Canadian city. We don't use roundabouts very much, where it would probably be really, really good to use a roundabout here. I'm not using a roundabout, although in the future I might make this a 4-lane road because the lane math doesn't quite work out here. But yeah, this intersection going into a couple arterial roads here I think will be just fine. So first of all, I think we can start zoning in some residential here, and I think a nice row of houses right along the river here, and I'm thinking already a little road across like that, and one that comes through the middle straight down, and a little bit of a commercial complex that comes from here, goes to here, and then loops around to it. Kind of like so. So with that, little bit of residential, some nice riverfront property here. Really want to set the tone for this city with the kind of housing we're going to offer right out the gate. Only the best, right? Maybe we'll put a little park in here even, with a little walkway through, commercial on the outside possibly. Now I don't think I have parks unlocked yet actually, but we'll plan for the future a little bit. So a couple little mom and pops here to get us going. Now, oh, looks like this is our first residence, I think. Yeah. I'm right away going to make this historical building. Right there you go. So that one shouldn't move from what it looks like right now. Looks a little European, but whatever. Here's what it is. So we've already got quite a few residents coming in, and I assume pretty soon this junction here will become overloaded with new people coming in, and I don't have much choice except to just wait for that congestion to die down there first of all. And then in the future, this intersection, I'll optimize the lights because I use Traffic Manager to control these lights. So I should be able to have a pretty nice timed light here to let all our residents in. Looks like we've got our first business in the town, Jubilee something or other, and Go Nuts Donuts. That's also going to be a historical building. I like to keep track of the first ones in every place. And now there's still a whole bunch of residential demand. So I am going to take out some more areas here. So all of this next to the waterfront property is going to come in here. Lots of room for commercial right on this little cul-de-sac here. And this riverfront property will also be residential. And this block here can all become residential. So far I'm still not really seeing too much of a traffic jam going. Let's see. Oh yeah, we've got some trucks coming in and out of our industry, and they're already needing more workers. So, oh yeah, here comes a bunch of people right in. Oh yeah, this is already backing up. But it does pretty well clear the whole intersection with one light cycle. But anyways, our intersections aren't too busy here. People are actually walking to work by the looks of things. Let's see where this person is going. He's going to work, yes. So people are actually utilizing our walkways here and our sidewalks in the city. I'm also going to, I can't put in bike paths yet. I need to unlock it first. Well, we're going to keep on growing the population here until we can have a little bit more to work with here. Now, by the looks of things, it does look like a lot of people are utilizing the sidewalks we've made here, so that is just perfect. With these lights set up here, we can actually set a proper walking signal so people don't get in the way of traffic and stuff. Works out really nicely. We've just hit the first milestone here, so we've got taxes, loans, garbage, healthcare, education, and all of this stuff to play with. And I was just thinking, right here, we could put a little commercial district right there, right in the middle of the city. This just saves people from having to get in their cars and drive across the city to go shopping, which should keep our traffic to a minimum, which is kind of what I'm trying to do here. So first off, we definitely need a dump. Really no way around that. We'll put it right on this road going out. Okay, so we've got the dump there, ready to go. Education is also going to be very important. I think right now all we need is one school. Put it right on this main drag here. That makes everyone quite happy. If we can afford it, yes we can. Right by this park, we're going to put the healthcare center. So that's most people happy in the city. We have a population of almost 637, and this little interchange here is still holding up so far. People aren't having much of an issue. Still don't have access to parks. I would like to put some big bike paths coming through here that can go all the way to this industrial area. I think that would really, really help us out. And look at this. Look how many people are walking to work, just making us have way less traffic on the roads, which is wonderful. So we've basically filled in this whole blob of sorts that I've made here. So I am going to connect this road up to that one. That'll also help with people walking to work and keeping some pressure off this intersection. And then up here, another really nice riverside road here up on this little hill. I can connect up to this road right there. Okay, so we've got a whole nother section to fill in here as this city is growing quite nicely. Some more residential, a little bit more, and we'll leave a little bit of a gap in between our residential and our factories because they're quite noisy and polluty. But other than that, it should be pretty well set here. And we'll let that all fill in. Now, what did we unlock with our last thing here? Police stations. Definitely want to keep our people safe, so I'll put a little police station in there. Fire station, very important. Put that right on the main road as well. And for now, we can lower that budget down quite a bit. There's not that many people in the city, so they're not really utilizing all of it. So no sense spending money on something we're not really using. So, looks like we have a new area we can unlock. So I'm thinking we will go further downstream, purchase this area, and stick on this side of the river for now. This also gives us access to these train tracks, which will be very nice for keeping our industry off the highway. Now I'm wondering, I think it's about time we upgrade that road, and I think our major arterial road will be a 4-lane that comes over top of this railroad and then down, so we don't have to deal with trains or anything coming by because it'll be pretty busy, and then bring it down to a 1-lane and kind of keep it all in this area right along the river. It should be really nice. Actually, traffic isn't too major right now, so we'll keep that a 2-lane, plus I don't have access up to the highway, so it's really no point. There we go. So we've got ourselves a bit of a ramp up to the rest of the city where our trains can get underneath. Looks like that kind of hits there, so maybe we'll raise it up a little bit. There we go. I've made that a little higher and made our slope nice and gradual here. So it just comes off there. Nice flat bridge over top of the tracks. No problems with it hitting there. And then it comes down to flat here. Now I just have to figure out where our next move is here. There seems to be a lot of residential demand. So right out the gate, as soon as you cross the bridge, I think right here, this is going to keep going straight. And right here, I think will be our first exit off this arterial. And maybe come right across the river here. Straight there. And then we're going to come straight to the left here. And we're actually going to join back. Because remember, walkability is very important to us. So this will be a little residential area as well. Right along the tracks here. This, I think, will all be residential. Except for the stuff backing the tracks. Which will probably get put into commercial. Just for noise sake and such like that. A little bit of commercial right there. Also reducing walking distances. It's always our goal here. And we can have... Can a road fit under there? Oh, perfect. We have now got ourselves to tiny town, which means we can start to make ourselves some parks and some industrial areas, some full industry setups. So we'll probably start with a forestry one, maybe across the river, we'll see. And we'll start to make a lot more parks here too. Got, yeah, lots of new options here. So we'll continue on with this little development here. So there's a little bit more residential. This will be residential. Okay, so we've set up a fair amount of roads here for them to use. We'll get some of this area marked off. It doesn't seem to be huge demand here. We'll do a nice little commercial complex right along this main drag here. I think right in this block and right here, this will all be industrial. Looks like traffic hasn't become a problem for us yet, which at this point it usually would with these small of roads. Feel like with giving people the option to walk and bike, that's is really going to help us. But here we go. Let's make ourselves this park now that I planned out a while ago. And there you have it, a really nice little park. Looks like we've got someone cycling through here. Where are they going to? They're going to the cafe. Nice. We don't have access to much for public transit yet, so everyone's still kind of forced to walk or drive everywhere right now, but we should hopefully see a change in that soon. And while we're in the park type of mood, we may as well put ourselves a little park in here too. And there we go, we've got ourselves a nice little layout here. We're gonna put a little fence around this park too. There we go, it's all fenced in now. We'll put ourselves a nice little plaza in this park too. This one will also get a little cafe, some restrooms beside it, and an info booth that can go right across from the plaza. Since we've built this big park here, this one's actually going to be the main park in our city, and I'm going to option out a bunch of residential around it, and hopefully this drives a little bit of demand for living right in this area. And we're going to have a little row of commercial, barring off our little industrial sector there. And I think we need a lot more pathways in here, because let's say you lived here and you wanted to go here. That's like 200 feet, but you've got to walk all the way down, or you've got to walk all the way around up here and across. It's a little bit ridiculous. So let's make ourselves some more pathways here. Okay, so now we have tons of walking paths everywhere. It should be easier in this city to walk than to drive. And that's kind of evident by the lack of traffic we're having to deal with right now. We almost have 2,000 people living in this quite small area, and the only way into town is this intersection. And it's not really backing up at all, which is wonderful. It means we're creating a diverse area full of ways to get around that don't require taking your car. I'm actually going to start creating some districts here. One will be this Old Town District, Poplar Heights. That'll do, actually. There's lots of poplars around here. Name changes might come in the future, and this whole city's kind of cut in half by that train that comes through. And this will be Coleridge Park. That'll do. And now we can set policies. So Poplar Heights. Power uses and water usage, we won't tell them what to do. Smoke detectors, definitely we'll distribute those around. We won't ban pets. Parks and recreation, what does this mean? Oh, increase land value around parks. Yes, we do want that. Prefer parks? Absolutely. Park maintenance boost? Yes. We want these parks. These parks are a very integral part of our city. Probably similar policies here. Smoke detectors, parks and rec, for parks and park maintenance. That's all we can do for now. And we can start, there is no health care in this new area, so we will start out with that. They'll all like that. We need fire safety around here as well. Do it on this arterial here. And cop shop. Also schools, very important. Capacity. Okay, we need a couple more schools. We'll do one along the river here. It'll be a really nice school. School right there, and a school right there. That should have us up to capacity. We're running out of money. Yes, we're running out of money quite quickly. That's fine though. We'll let people keep moving in, and so far still no traffic problems. I was a little worried about this road coming through here, as this is kind of the only way into this whole area of town. But once people have moved in, there's really not too much reason for them to need to hop in their car and go anywhere. Because if let's say you are the Coleridge, that is so boring. The Beechwood residents. Let's say you're the Beechwoods and you want to go shopping. Well, as you can see here, it's a quick little jaunt and you're at your shopping centers. Or you need to go to work. You can just go through this nice path here and walk straight into your place of business. So either way, there's really no need to get in your car. It's not worth starting it to go that distance, and you get a little bit of exercise. So I think that'll actually lead to better citizen satisfaction. I don't know if they actually care about that or not, but here we can look. How happy is everyone? Everyone's loving life, except for these people. Why don't they like it? Oh well, we'll figure that out. Okay, there we go. We are starting to get public transit as well. I think that'll be quite important to set up some bus lines. We're going to go for the biofuel bus depot because this city has been pretty green so far. And we'll put that right by the railroad tracks in the city here. And we'll take out a bit of a loan here. We do need a high school. That high school can go right here. Actually, the high school I think will go in the new area, right near the park. How far wide does that spread? Most of the city, we'll see. They can walk as well. It's not that far of a walk for school, honestly. So we'll start a line, not on the main road, Probably right along the river, there'll be a bus stop. Right along the river again. I'm really bad at bus lines. This will just work its way back and forth through the city. This will be where the buses will exchange each other. One here and complete that line. So we'll start one of our lines here. Create a line there. There we go. We've got 2 bus lines ready to go. There should be a couple more buses come out. And they will start to bus people around. And hopefully that's a good investment. I think we should also right away... Yes, that just let me know that I should invest in postal service. Maybe we'll put a postal station right here in this little block. And another one right here. That should service the people. There seem to be lots of people complaining about heat, even though there's really no way of us dealing with that. It's funny, the person complaining about heat is also currently on fire, but seeing as there's no traffic on the roads, our response time is really good from our fire trucks, and they were able to put that out before it became an issue. This is going really well so far. Let's see this intersection. Still no traffic problems. I'm quite impressed with that. Oh, Crest Gardens has now reached level 2, which is this one. Yes. So we've got a couple more buildings we can add here. Oh, we can put in a giant chessboard. That looks pretty cool. Pier platform. We could put that by the river. That would look pretty cool. Oh, we do need a cemetery. What, a cemetery there and a cemetery there. And I think that should be fine for now. Now I do see we are currently losing money every day. It's not great. We'll lower down the budget on everything, I think. That should help us out a lot. And I think we could increase taxes to 12%. And that should help us break even a little more. Because we are giving these people quite a wonderful city to work with. Did just notice one of our buses did cause a bit of a traffic jam. But it did clear quite quickly. Don't think it'll be anything to worry about. Yeah, lots of traffic. Lots of traffic, but all moving smoothly. So yeah, these guys all want heat. And I can't afford to put in a heating system. But they're needs keep getting met, and I'm not exactly sure why. Typically those heating needs only come up when you actually have heating, but I don't have a heating station anywhere. It's too expensive. So not sure where they got the idea that they needed heat. I don't know who gave them that idea, but might have to have a little bit of a tilly. But looks like we are making money now. We just ticked over 3,000 people in this city. Oh wow, I was not paying attention. Look at this residential demand. Okay. Big residential spot right here. Sandwich our commercial in there so people don't have to walk or don't have to drive. More residential. Right in these two, I think we'll have a little bit of industrial, some commercial around it, and the rest will be residential. Okay, and now we will truly see if this intersection can actually handle all that influx of people. And for the time being, while all that's coming in, I'm going to set the residential tax down to like 1. And we're going to lose a lot of money every day. But I'm going to do that till I don't know how much we're going to lose. But that should really artificially drive up. Actually, taxes, I'm going to spend, let's say, $5,000. So when we get back down to 5 grand, I'm going to, whoa, okay, that went quickly. Everything back up to 12. Or we'll put it back up to 11. I'm really hoping that was worth it, those couple seconds, because I was about $5,000 in lost revenue. That is unbelievable. But they are filling in these homes quite quickly. There are way too many buses. I'm sure none of these are full. Yes, okay. The budget on the buses can go way down. We need like 2 buses. There's more buses than actual cars right now. Lower these all way down. People are complaining about sewer. So I use the eco outlet. So I assume that thing's just about at the end of its life. Oh, it's way over there still. We should put them further downstream so the whole city doesn't have to enjoy that. Okay, there we go. The sewer's all hooked up. I'm just going to wait for this to fill in and then we might have to just call it a day. Well, with that, I think we might just have to call that a day. Our ending population for today was about 3,600 people. So not a bad day at all. Traffic has not become an issue. This time traffic light is just chewing through traffic, which is awesome. And it's not as much of an eyesore as a roundabout in my opinion. And this new area seems to be getting filled up pretty nicely. Next episode we'll expand into this half of the island. And we'll definitely start worrying about more public transport into the city. But with that, that's all the time we have for today. Now as we look at this beautiful mountain behind our city, I'll tell you a little bit about my Pearl Gourami. So, I don't know too terrible much about him. All of this is just kind of off the dome. But, yeah, he's just type of gourami is just absolutely stunning. It's my absolute favorite. I've never seen another one like him. I'll show a little picture of him swimming around here. He's a really beautiful fish, and quite special to me because my lady friend bought him for me. Yeah, this one's name is Pearl. There's another one. It has a name. I have it written down somewhere. I have like way too many fish, so I can't remember all their names. But this one's really quite a cool one. Looks really nice under these LED lights. But yeah, they got the little whiskers on them. That's very distinct of the gouramis, and they just look pretty cool. They're quite large already, right out the gate. So I like that. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and you have yourself a wonderful day. Whoa! Northern Lights, hello. I'm gonna sit here and watch the show a little bit. Ay, ay, ay. Well, with that, you have yourself a wonderful day.